Hello, YouTube. All right, sorry about the wind noise. I don't have my mic with me, but I'm going to try to record anyways, even though it's a little bit breezy out here. I don't know if you see the flying man up there, but I decided, with the situation going on, that I would take my not van, but RV out. And even though I wasn't really ready or planning for it, I just did it spur of the moment and decided to come out here to the compound. And apparently that's an event with the flying men and everything else. There's like a there. I don't know if you can see all the vehicles out there in tents and blow-up the blow-up giant statue thingies. We came here this morning. I actually got my kids with me, and we're kind of bugged out. We had the generator running. I was cooking food, made some ribs, and you can see the generator was all hooked up and plugged in. And my kids are actually out there roaming around looking for geocaches. So there was a little girl, I forget her name, her 8th birthday, she put like 88 geocaches out here. So families are out here, even though a lot of people are kind of, they're saying they're kind of almost like self-quarantine, but people got to get out, so people are out here. There are just people out here riding their ATVs, doing all their normal stuff. My kids and I are out here just chilling. We ate breakfast, spam and rice, getting ready to go fishing, and just kind of do stuff. You can see here, Beauty and the Beast for the kids to read. It's still a mess because it's not really ready. I have some ribs pre-cooked there, and I have some more here, but this is what it looks like. I know you guys know light here, but it is all baked. Those were the ribs I bought the other day for like $6 from Walmart. So it's kind of a mess, but while the kids are looking for the geocache, I'm letting... See, my kids are out there. I'm letting the generator cool down, then I'm going to wrap it all up and we're going to head out and go fishing. But just thought it was interesting when we pulled up a couple hours ago. We've been out here for a couple hours. That it looks like there's like a tent city out there with a bunch of people here at the compound today. And when we came earlier this morning, there were dozens of flying men everywhere. So I'm assuming that the tent city are the flying men, probably some kind of event that they're hosting. Thought about taking the RV throughout the compound, but I know the roads, they get narrow, and then there's nails and all the crazy stuff out there. So mostly I will probably stay, in the open areas. But yeah, look at that. They even have little tents and stuff. I guess windsocks and things set up. I'm pretty sure it's all the flying people. Oh, there were earlier when we got here, there were ambulance and, the EMTs and stuff. So somebody got hurt out here already, like in the morning. I don't know if it was one of the flying men or one of the ATV guys. For those of you who don't know these people, these are the others. The guys in the ATVs. If you watch the series when I was living out here at the compound, I had like a little yurt and also a little hut that I had built out there 2 different times, and these were the others. You would hear them driving by at night in their ATVs, and then these were the flying men that would occasionally fly over my camp. So these are just some of the characters from the past, but all the mystery's been removed. And they just finished cutting the grass, so it's nice and clear out here. And some people that don't know, this area is not really public. Believe it or not, we're on people's private land. So a lot of these plots out here, they're actually owned by people. Yeah, it's not like the city. I don't think the city owns any of it. I think they're individual, because I see some of them for sale. So people bought this land thinking they would be able to do something with it, but you can't build on it. There's no building out here. You're not allowed to build out here. So the land just sort of sitting. So all these people keep buying it, then they have to try to resell it and try to get somebody else who thinks they're investing in the land. But the land's just sitting out here and can't really be used. So people just come out here and use it for recreation. And people just park wherever. I guess if you're the landowner, you can enforce, and tell people to get off your land, but you need to be out here all day long, 365 days a year. But people just use the land. It's just being used. It's used as if it was a recreational area, but it isn't a recreation area. It's a housing development that got abandoned. And you know, the police don't really kick you out. They can't kick you out unless like you're doing something illegal, or like the landowner, you know, calls them, complains, files a complaint for them that you're trespassing. So pretty much all those people out there and me and everybody else out here were trespassing. Just so you know, from what I know of how it works out here. Now some of these people may be parked on their own slot, their own land, but for the most part I think people just park wherever there's an opening. I am going to go ahead and sign out and start to put things up. I don't know if you can see that little hill back there. There's actually a little road back there that used to connect to the living side of Palm Bay where you could build. I don't know if you see it over there, that little lump that's a road. But they blocked it off, so I think the only way you can get through there is like possibly with ATVs. So the all-terrain riders go through there. For those of you who are curious, just to show you a little bit of layout of this area. I'm normally not on this side because I'm normally not in a big rig like this. Normally I'm out here in Little Blue, my little van. But in the tree line area back there, way back in the back, there's like, not the trees are actually across the canal. And then beyond the trees, around that area, people can live there. They have buildable. But on this side of the canal, it's not buildable. And you see some smaller trees and stuff there. That's the area where Camp Freedom was. Or is, but it's no longer there. It got destroyed. So Camp Freedom is out there in that location. This is the air base for the flying men and the home base for the others. And so you'll see all the bushes and stuff there. That's when you see me driving through the labyrinth. When you saw the video, if you watch the playlist of Camp Freedom and stuff, and you see me driving through, those are the labyrinth. And then sometimes you actually see me out there when I was on the quest for Scrappy Joe. We covered all of this area here. There's like over 200 miles of road out here. So, you know, if you look up Palm Bay Compound and decide to come out here, if you stay in this main area, you probably won't get lost. But if you start going off into the side roads and stuff, you probably want to bring a GPS so that you can get back out. There's like 2 or 3 ways out of here. Otherwise, you could end up driving round and round and round because there's no road signs. Although on the GPS, the names of the roads do, you know, the streets, they do show up, because originally they laid out all the housing, you know, plots and all the streets and stuff. They just never finished it. That's why there's no trees here. They removed them all for the housing and never built. So I am going to go ahead and sign out because I am going to go ahead and wrap up and clean up, and then try to, you know, when my kids get back, we're probably going to go fishing somewhere. Basically, we're going out and doing things, trying to avoid big crowds. You know, there's obviously a big crowd here, but we're not all 2 feet of each other. You know, people are all spread out, and I think you're fine if you're in a situation like this where nobody is like right up each other's face. You know, so you're with your own little groups, but you're still out in the open. And I think that's one of the advantages the people on this channel have as van dwellers, you know, or outdoor type people. Even though there may be kind of a quarantine type stuff going on where people are kind of self-quarantining and stuff like that. I think it's important to note that you still can get out, okay? You know, and if you're in a van and you have a van that basically is a house, you got food and stuff, you know, you're better equipped than the average person. You know, the average people, they're at their house right now and they can't even watch TV, you know, sports. Because all the sports stuff got canceled. So they're basically just sitting around their house bored. Whereas if you have a van that's already equipped, this is the time to go camping. This is the time to explore, but, you know, just kind of pick areas where you can go where it's kind of open like this. So even though there are other people, they're not going to be right on you. You know, you don't want to, like, I didn't want to go over there in that big crowd, even though, you know, it's spread out and stuff. It's like a whole tent city there. I didn't want to go there. I didn't want to walk around through there. I would have if we didn't have the situation going on right now with Corona. But because of Corona, I'm like, you know, and I got my kids, I don't think I want to be too close to other people, even though we're out here in the open, if you understand what I'm saying. I think I can see them, I can see what they're doing, but I don't need to be like 2 feet away from them. It's just too many people. And not only that, some of these people have traveled all over the place. So, you know, that means that possible exposure, depending on where they traveled and who they ran into and everything else. But you can see how the solar panels are sitting here right now, and I need to get this stuff mounted and up on my roof of the RV, because while it's here, I'm kind of stuck. You know, I'm kind of stuck out here without being able to use this. Look at that. That's how they do the wheelies. I don't know if you can see the guy doing the wheelies. See that? Riding the ATV or the motorcycle on doing wheelies. That's what they do around here. And that's how that kid died. They were doing wheelies. One was going one way and one was going the other way, and they collided. And you know that the young person lost their leg or lost a foot. I don't know if they came out of the coma that they induced. I don't know. I didn't do a follow-up on it. But the boy, the 12-year-old boy, died. But see, they do it. I don't know. I think it's dangerous for them to do that. And the cops, this is what kind of makes this place dangerous. And the cops want to shut it down, because they don't just ride. They do crazy, because it's like no man's land. It's like, see that he's doing like a wheelie. I don't know if you can see him doing the wheelie. It's all cool, but it's potentially dangerous. See? So he just rode by doing a little wheelie. And that's the kind of stuff they were doing. And then they crashed into each other. So, you know, that's what's going on with this. Anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and sign out and pack things up so that I can get ready for my kids, and then we're going to go ahead and head out and go fishing. Meanwhile, I hope everybody's staying safe. Trying to take advantage of the fact that if you are living in a van, you can go where you want to go. You know, just load up some gas, enough gas for travel, some water, food, and you can head out to the boonies. You know, you have that luxury. The other people, they're kind of stuck. See, the difference is, if they have a car and they have a house, they can go out to a place like this, but then they got to go back. You, on the other hand, you can continue the journey onward, or you can stay there and camp, depending on, you know, the location. So living in a van in this point is actually kind of a benefit. So until next time, everyone, take care. God bless you all. Please stay safe, and have a great day. Bye-bye now.